All right, folks, so once you've got your name picked out, you have an LLC or an S Corp, you're now ready to choose a logo. Now, when done correctly, a logo can make a great first impression and open up more doors down the road as you start building a reputation. That having been said, your logo really isn't that important starting out. You can always polish it up later or rebrand entirely once your business is up and running. So the goal should be to get something made quickly and then move on to more important aspects of your business, like generating income, for example. So in this video, we're going to show you how to get a quick, professional looking logo and logo animation made for your business in a matter of days and a few $100s. First, let me share with you what I did to make my logos. I built a few different businesses now, and the first of which was my production company, Parker Wellwick Productions. And for that business, I personally designed the logo myself. I spent a couple of days trying out different fonts mixed with a silhouette of a photo of myself and came up with this number. Now, it's fine. It's not great in my opinion. I'm not a graphic designer, so I really don't know what I'm doing. It's not even that simple, but it works. And the point is, with that logo that hardly anyone sees because it's not that important, I've been able to run a very successful video business. So that was the free option that I took. And if you have some basic graphic design skills, this is a good option for you to save some money. But just be aware, you don't want to get stuck spending weeks on perfecting it. Make it good enough and move on. Now, my next business was full-time filmmaker, selling an online course. And for this logo, it was a bit more important since I was going to be running a lot of social media ad campaigns. So for this one, I hired a graphic designer and paid him about $500 to design me a logo and a logo animation, and he came up with this number. I thought it looked great, so I moved forward. That is until a few months later, a similar business called The Full-Time Photographer claimed that our logo was copying theirs. I didn't even realize this because I hadn't looked at their logo. Maybe the designer that I hired ripped it off. I don't know. But from there, I decided once again to redesign my own logo. So I just used the font from the original logo and then incorporated my silhouette image again. And that's what has stuck as my logo for the past 7 years. And again, it's been fine. Nothing special, but it works. And not counting the logo I had to throw out, this again was free and done in a day or two. And with that logo, I've created a multi-million-dollar business. Now, I've also had other logos made for Course Creator Pro or the Golf Loft that I had my brother Dakota design since he was a part of those businesses. So again, it was free, but I understand that not everyone has the skills themselves or a brother who will design them for them. So let's talk about some quick, simple solutions that you can find online for relatively cheap. Now, depending on the options you choose, you can spend anywhere from $25 all the way up to $4,000 or $5,000 and more. There are a bunch of free or cheap options through sites like Tailor Brands, Canva, Namecheap, Ucraft. Personally, I once hired 2 logo designers on Fiverr and paid one of them $62 and the other $25 to create several logo options for one of our charity foundations. And surprisingly, the $25 designer gave me better options and they weren't too shabby, so one of them we used because it was good enough. So we spent a total of $87 for 6 logo options and went with our favorite. So that's a really cheap option, is just to pay a few cheap designers online, but you never know what you're going to get. You could come out empty-handed. So a slightly more expensive option is to use a site called 99 Designs, where you can pay all the way up to $1,300 or all the way down to $300 depending on the package you choose. And we actually used them for our Creative House Media logo for our new production company we were building. So I'm going to take you through the process and show you what we did and how much it cost. We also wanted to show you the difference between using a site like Fiverr for logo design instead of 99 Designs. So we're also going to show you some logos that a Fiverr designer sent us and break down the difference. Now, first off, we all pretty much well know what a logo is when we see one. It can literally be anything you can imagine. It's all about what you personally want and what works best for your brand. So first, take some time to figure out what you like. I always recommend searching the internet and collecting pictures of logos that stand out to you and then put them all in a folder for inspiration. It's useful when you go to get your logo designed to already have an idea in your mind of what you want and then communicate that idea and those samples to give the designer some direction and a head start. So first, let's talk about 99 Designs. The way they work is they allow you to run a logo design contest on their website. So you'll have more options to choose from than if you were to use a service like Fiverr, where you just hire a single designer at a time. They have a lot of different bundles and packages, including the ability to get a website built alongside your logo with matching color schemes and all that for up to $1,300. But if you leave out some of those add-ons, there are 4 different packages ranging from $300 to $1,300. The main difference is the quality of designers that'll send in concepts and the amount of logo entries you'll potentially get. We went with the gold tier for $900, which promised us 900 submissions. And that turned out to be accurate. We got about 95 total different logo designs from our contest. And as you're filling out the design brief, you'll get to choose the look and feel of the logos you want. Try to be as detailed as you can on this brief to get exactly what you're looking for. As we filled this out, we made sure that they knew we were looking for something simple, sleek, modern, and that our business is focused on video production in order to get some good video-themed designs. And after about a week, we had 95 entries, and here are some of those to browse through. You can see that you get a good variety of looks and styles. We liked these two the best, and we liked them for two different reasons. This one, we liked the way he designed the name of the company, and on the other, we were set on the play symbol made out of the company's initials. So we had these two compete and try to combine the two ideas, and in the end, after a few rounds of revisions that are included in the price, we got this. It's simple, conveys the message of our service, and it can be split and used separately as just a logo or the logo and the name, and still retain the feel and purpose of the brand. It also scales well, which is important. We can make this simple super small so you can still get the idea of what it is, or we can make it billboard size without making it hard to quickly understand. So scalability is a good thing to keep in mind when making your choice. That's one thing about the full-time filmmaker logo that we struggle with, is because it's so long and skinny, you can't read it very well when it's small. Anytime I need a small logo, I just use a little silhouette guy and leave out the words. For example, when I'm uploading a social media profile pic. So keep that in mind with logo designs, is the different places you'll end up putting that logo, and make sure that it looks good in a variety of formats. Well, let's now jump over to what we did on Fiverr. Fiverr is a marketplace full of freelancers, and it allows you to go through their portfolios, see their prices, and then pick one you like. So we found this designer and really liked her work because it was fun, creative, and still simple. So we decided to give her a shot. Her package was $365 for 2 logo concepts and unlimited revisions. So we sent her all the specific details of what we were looking for, and after a few days, this is what we got back. It wasn't all that we were looking for, even down to the colors she chose, and it seemed like she reused a lot of elements from her past work. So we were kind of disappointed, but I sent her some feedback, and even one of the designs that we liked from the 99 design contest to give her another shot, and still she came back with this as her final design. She just missed the mark for us, so for a total of $385, I'd wish we had just opted to go for the higher package on 99 designs. And that's the risk you run on Fiverr. You never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes it's great, like our logo animation, which we'll talk about next. But my advice is that if you go the Fiverr route, I'd recommend doing what I did with my charity foundation and hire multiple cheaper options rather than one expensive option. The key I've found to getting a logo you like is giving yourself a lot of options from multiple designers rather than paying one expensive designer and hoping he or she comes through. But sometimes you can find that one that really is great and it works out. So all said and done, we spent about $1,000 on 99 design and about $400 on Fiverr for a grand total of $1,400, and we had 97 different logos to choose from and landed on something we were satisfied with. Now, could we have gotten a decent logo that was usable for $87 on Fiverr by using a few cheaper options? Maybe. Lower likelihood though, and ultimately you get what you pay for, and you'll have something more polished and professional if you do go the route of a 99 designs. But let's now jump over and talk about getting a logo animation made. Now, this isn't necessary by any means, but as a video production company that will be using video to market yourself, we wanted to have one made to make our brand look even more legit, and there are plenty of templates online you can drag and drop your logo into for very cheap. But once again, we turned to Fiverr to have someone custom make us an animation. It's much the same process as looking for a logo, and after finding someone whose sample work we liked, for just $95, he said he would deliver a 4K animation with the sound effects and all the files, and we got back from him within 2 days because we paid an extra $35 for rush delivery, and it was great. Our biggest feedback was that the animation was a little bit too long. Personally, I believe logo animations are best kept shorter and sweet. I'd shoot for around 2 to 5 seconds at most. More than 5 seconds, and I think you're getting too flowery and just wasting people's time and risking them clicking out if this appeared at the beginning of a video, for example. My full-time filmmaker logo animation was originally around 8 seconds, but I wanted to put it all at the beginning of my tutorials and felt it was too slow, so I sped it up, added some sound effects, and now the logo animation all happens in just 1.5 seconds. Which is on the other extreme side, being a little bit too quick, but I wanted to get to the point quick and allow my viewers to see my logo, but get to the content quicker. So for a total of $125, we were really happy with the result. And animations like this add a touch of sophistication and professionalism to your logo when it's done right. So I definitely do recommend shelling out an extra $100 or so to get it done. And once you find an animator you like, it's also a great upsell service to offer to all your future clients and have their logos animated for them as well, alongside the video videos that you're shooting for them. We did this recently with one of our clients and they loved the results. It gave us more credibility and built trust with them simply by going that little extra mile to make sure that our video looked really professional. So there you have it for our tips on creating a logo and logo animations. We've spent thousands of dollars and explored several options so you can save some time and money by not having to test all the waters yourself. Hopefully this gives you some good insights on some better directions on how to get your logo made. Most important thing to remember though is to not overthink it. Can't emphasize that enough. Yes, it's an important part of your company's image, but much more important than that is the product or service that you provide. So get the logo made. If it's good enough, move on to more important things of building, running, and scaling your business. If you have any further questions, please let me know.